It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass on Fox 47. It was a big week for golf in the state of Michigan, for an end to the city of Detroit's digital divide, and for Rocket Mortgage Classic champ Tony Finau. It was another mixed bag for the Detroit Tigers, capped by today's early loss to Toronto. When you get 3 hits and commit 4 errors, you're probably going to be 21 games under 500. It was the unofficial start of pro and college football, with 32 NFL training camps open and the Big Ten kickoff meetings at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy. It was also a great weekend for MSU football, with Spartan Dog Con, the players' summer homecoming on campus and at Mel Tucker's mansion. And it was every bit as good a week for Tom Izzo and Spartan basketball. After a successful day at Detroit Golf Club and an invitation to be a co-starter next week at Michigan International Speedway, he got a firm pledge from his top recruiting target, 5-star power forward Xavier Booker, and he's not done yet. Here to talk about all that and more is Team 461, Cody Crawford, football lifer, former player at East Lansing High and Albion College, and current offensive staffer at Central Michigan. Fire up chips and welcome to the show, Cody.
Thanks, Jack. Good to be on. I think the last time, or the only other time I was on, was I was probably in college, so a little bit of time has gone by, but good to be back with a guy I'm pretty familiar with.
Yeah. This should help our viewership, especially with females. And I want to also welcome in, with Team Crawford, Tom Crawford, Bluebelly Tom, my broadcast partner for 20-plus years, regular contributor to thewolverine.com, creator of the Crawford Podcasting Network, and justifiably a very proud dad. Tom, welcome back.
Well, it's great to be back, Jack. I guess this is a later version of Take Your Kid to Work Day, right? You know? from 20 years ago, we had him in studio.
Yeah,
we had him in studio, and Jack asked him, "Would you rather be a full scholarship football player at Michigan State?" He's about 9 years old, or a walk-on at Michigan. And Cody looked at him like he was from Mars. I'm going to be a walk-on at Michigan before I be a full scholarship guy at Michigan State. I remember that vividly.
We'll see. There's still a chance that he'll be on the Michigan State staff. Tom, I'm working at it. I want them to get a coach like Cody up in East Lansing at some point. But for you guys, we haven't had this father-son combo very often. It's you two and my son Zach, and that is about it. But we figure out, hey, for the start of football season, what better way to do it with two guys who love football as much as Walter Camp? We'll be right back with basketball up next.
At Jets Pizza, we do it better with the crispiest crust, tastiest toppings, and the hottest deals. Order now and save on your favorite pizza. Jets, better because it has to be.
Are you a Lions fan?
At the Holton Dimedale Insurance Agency, we are Lions fans! Call your hometown team today.
Bobcat of Lansing, we are Lions fans! We're one tough animal.
Save the tailgating for the game.
Go Lions!
The Atlanta Falcons and Detroit Lions kick off the preseason Friday, August 12th on Fox 47.
Since 1972, the Michigan Lottery has provided more than $26 billion to support public education. For the past 8 years, the Michigan Lottery has recognized outstanding educators from across the state with the Excellence in Education Awards. Congratulations, Spencer Vanderhyde, the Michigan Lottery's 2022 Educator of the Year.
Take time today to nominate an outstanding public educator for an Excellence in Education Award.
Find out more at fox47news.com.
The City of Lansing presents the 2022 edition of Concerts in the Park. Enjoy free live music from a different band at a different venue every Wednesday from 7 to 9 all summer long. So grab family and friends and head to the park. This is a concert series you won't want to miss.
Oh my goodness! At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else. peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan on West Grand River in Okemos. With 107 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you, as they have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For a new or used vehicle, go green, go Graf.
Like what I look for in a school, probably somewhere I know I fit in, like every aspect. Like obviously athletically, somewhere I know I have a good relationship with coaches.
First off, I would like to thank God for granting me the ability to play the game I love today. Secondly, I would like to thank my parents for forming me into the man I am today and constantly loving and supporting on me throughout my whole life. I would like to thank all my high school coaches for always staying on me and never giving up on me. I would like to also thank Coach Mike Saunders, George Hill, and the rest of the GHAI family for believing in me and supporting me when no one else would. It has always been a dream of mine to play Division I basketball, and now that dream is turning into reality. With all this being said, I'll be continuing my academic and athletic career at
Word, stay safe. I'm like, man, y'all late. Y'all free me. I'm like, I've been in the crib all day.
There you see the announcement yesterday from Xavier Booker, ranked number 1 in the nation by Rivals, number 3 by 24/7. And a lot of people think that he is an advanced Jaren Jackson Jr. at this stage. Cody, I'm betting that you'll have this experience in football someday, but what must it be like to recruit a player ranked 1st, 2nd, or 3rd in the nation, especially in this era of name, image, and likeness?
Oh, it's huge, especially, I think, more so in the sport of basketball in this year. But it's a big sigh of relief. It's a big confidence boost for the coaching staff and just a program, because that's the most important thing. You see a lot of kids, everyone's connected these days, and just showing your ability to land a top-tier recruit really is good brand and good publicity for the program. So absolutely huge. And I know that's a big gift for Michigan State.
Tom, I want to take a look at MSU's recruiting class for next season. With 2 commitments in and 1 or 2 more to go, you see Xavier Booker and Jeremy Fears, the top 2 players in the state of Indiana. And then there's Devin Royal from Ohio, and if he chooses Ohio State, the Spartans have a couple of other guys they're really big on. One is shooting guard Garrick Normand from Texas, and a guy named Cohen Carr, who jumps like a Brandon Dawson. And it's possible the Spartans could take both of them, if that's possible. Tom, you know Tom Izzo, and you've seen the fire that burns within. When everyone was saying that the game was changing too fast for him, are you shocked that he's taking aim at a 9th Final Four and a 2nd NCAA title?
Not at all, Jack. He's such a fiery, competitive guy. I remember a conversation I had with him a couple of years ago. I mean, it was right before Beeline resigned a few years ago, and about the frustrations of sitting in 95-degree gyms that he and John had to do, but it's like he was lamenting what he has to go through, and what John was saying. John, I kind of got an indication John was going to tire of this thing, which proved the truth.
Right.
But there's something about Izzo, man. You just, all it does is challenge him more. And this Isaiah Booker landing is huge. He's got a 5-star and a 4-star, and probably go after the other few, land another one, I'm thinking. And I think I almost like, I feel like he's rejuvenated, to be honest with you, Jack. I think is like starting all over in terms of his grind and his competitiveness. Look out for Tom Izzo right now.
Well, you want to see Tom Izzo do something, guys. Just tell him he can't.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Cody, Tom and Mel Tucker will be the co-starters at the Firekeepers Casino 400 next Sunday at MIS. Do coaches love those kinds of opportunities, or would they rather have a few precious weekends for rest and relaxation?
Well, I can tell you this close to camp, it's a little bit easier on Tom Izzo rather than Mel Tucker.
Yeah, no kidding.
You kind of look at it both ways. It's good stuff. I mean, especially when you're talking about the Power 5 level and the caliber of program at Michigan State, it's just part of the package. As a head coach, you're the CEO, you're out there shaking a lot of hands. So, yeah, there'll be times coaches they prefer not to do it or just have some downtime, lay on the couch perhaps. But I think once you get in, do those things, it's always ends up being fun. And that's what it's all about is making connections and maintaining those and really getting, your name and logo out there as much as possible.
Tom, the Iron Man from Iron Mountain doesn't play much golf, but he did just enough, including sinking a birdie putt, to help Matt Kuchar's team win the Rocket Mortgage Classic Celebrity Challenge by one shot this week. All things considered, on July 31st, 2022, does anyone in the state of Michigan have a better life with more love, more accomplishments, and more opportunities than an MSU coach entering season number 40?
You framed that pretty good there, Jack. Yeah, well, I mean, my God, it was a coronation down there for him. I'm sure, he's doing so well with recruiting. And then, of course, this Landon, came yesterday. But, Izzo is such a nice guy. I mean, think of all the photo opportunities that he doesn't deflect. He embraces everybody. He could be over here at a pizza joint in East Lansing.
Yeah.
And he won't hesitate. And I that's what I respect about him more than anything. He's such a down-to-earth guy. And so at a golf outing, that's perfect for him.
I only know 380 people who think that they're his best friend. We'll be right back.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
Dr. Raj Kuthrapalli, cool, redefined.
The David Chapman Agency partners with Fox 47 to bring you racing. Partner with us for all your insurance needs at davidchapmanagency.com.
Welcome to The 7. I'm Lauren Shields. Today marks another step forward in Fox 47's commitment to bringing you the news impacting your neighborhoods.
Whether your blood runs blue or your heart belongs to the green and white, one thing unites us all. We love this state. 4 distinct seasons and one shared pride. From the streets of the Motor City to the shores of Lake Michigan, and right here in the heart of our state, when you're looking for local news from your neighborhood, you turn to Fox 47. If you want to know what's happening with our neighbors to the east or the west, you'll find out on the 7. See what you may be missing. If it matters to Mid-Michigan, you'll find it here. where you live, where you play, all connected with The 7. The 7, Michigan 7 p.m. News, weeknights on Fox 47.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Lansing's Best segment, brought to you by the Greater Lansing Sports Authority. Bring thousands of athletes and teams to Mid-Michigan for dozens of tournaments and special events. Hats off to everyone at the GLSA for showing just what this area can be.
It's fun. It's just being in the stadium is really fun. Hearing all these questions, doing all these interviews, it's about that time. Pretty much every year, media day is always around this time. So, this is always the prep to fall camp. So, we're ready to go in a few weeks. It's about to get real.
I'm excited just to get pads back on, see guys hitting each other, and see what we got. I think we got a lot of good players, and so we're really going to see the real test is coming soon.
Last year at this time, we thought we were good. We had that season last year, but none of it means nothing now. But now we know what we can do. Maybe a little bit more comfortable with the new coaching staff. Really, this is our third year going into it with them, and we're really just striving for more than we did last year, honestly.
We're ready to take over, we're ready to take over, you know what I'm saying? We want to be back here in December, so our goal is to, work hard, throughout fall camp, have a great season, and we'll be right back here in December.
There you see the Michigan State delegation at Lucas Oil Stadium, Tom. As we look at safety Xavier Henderson, quarterback Peyton Thorne, and receiver/return man Jaden Reed, with some really old writer and broadcaster who was there. How do you think they represented their school and their program in Indy?
At risk of sounding like a Sparty Slappy here, because I swear to God, I've been impressed by Michigan State football for the last couple of years here under Mel Tucker. And my Michigan guys say, "God, you sound like you like Michigan State." No, I'm just calling it like I see it, and I call it like I saw it at media days with Mel Tucker and these three young men. I mean, I'm impressed by the heck out of all three of them are very impressive, and the culture of the program comes out in all of them. And some of these exercises they're going through of the 4-H's, having a consultant come in and get these players to meet with another player they don't even know and go into deep, emotional kind of connection. Peyton Thorne talked about that, where two players that barely know each other are crying over a heroic thing something or some traumatic thing that a player went through as a youngster. That's what building a culture is all about. So I know all these kids there in the Big Ten were terrific young men, but these three guys from Michigan State were very impressive.
Tom, I want to take a look at 3 photos from MSU's summer workouts. First, a buffed Keon Coleman getting ready for a big sophomore year. Good luck stopping that. A respected team leader in Peyton Thorne, and how much the players all respect him. And healthy cornerback Charles Brantley after surgery, who hasn't looked this happy since his game-saving interception against Michigan.
Yeah, I remember that one.
They look ready to win, Tom?
Yeah, they do. And look at Keon Coleman. I mean, you're dealing with a multi-dimensional athlete, a guy who played basketball, scored a basket against Michigan, if I recall correctly. I just think that there's a lot of quality players coming back, and yet when you see the rankings, they still don't have quite the respect that you would think they would, and that just all that does is arms Michigan State with more motivation to take opponents out to the deep water, as Mel Tucker says.
Cody, it was Spartan Dog Con weekend again in East Lansing, and here's a quick look from above at close to 200 players enjoying a summer homecoming. Quite a shot of them all there together. I also want to take a look at assistant coach Courtney Hawkins. He's a Spartan dog for life, having fun there. Mel Tucker and some players with an MSU-themed Corvette Stingray at the coach's home. shot of event organizer and do-it-all Spartan Darian Harris at one of the educational seminars there, and director of athletics and Spartan dog Alan Haller, who could not be more supportive. What does it mean, Cody, when a program has that sense of family?
Oh, those things are huge. I think that's a big intangible that probably a lot of people don't see. And in recruiting, every program is going to talk about it and how much they're a family, and that's going to be part of their pitch to parents. But I think it helps you in recruiting, even bringing those alums back and really creating that family atmosphere that people see. And you do a great job of publicizing that, because that's what kids want, even with the NILs and all the money, the different stuff grabbing out their attention. They still want relationships. They still want to be close with these coaches after they're done playing. So really, I see Michigan State doing a great job of doing what every other program, at least has their mind set on doing, and doing a great job of publicizing it and getting it out there for people to see who they are.
Tom, MSU has 9 4-star commits in the class of 23, and they got their first pledge for 2024 this weekend when 4-star junior wideout Nick Marsh from River Rouge pledged to play for Tucker. Why is MSU recruiting on such a roll?
I saw Nick Marsh play against East Lansing. Good player. All culture, like we talked about before. It's all together.
We'll be right back. We'll take a long look at U of M up next on Press Pass.
Introducing the 2022 Fox 47 race team, featuring pony stock driver Randy Kretzinger and proud car sponsors Lansing Gardens. We're growing for you. David Chapman Agency. Visit us online at davidchapmanagency.com. Carbon Studio Flooring America, celebrating 50 years. And You Pull and Save. We want your vehicle. Cheer on the entire Fox 47 race team every Friday night at Corrigan Oil Speedway in Mason.
Hi, I'm Joanne Alvin with Jack's Car Wash. Coming soon to Jackson, Hillsdale, and Angola, Indiana, and we have immediate job openings. We've been family owned and operated since 1953 and want to add you to our family brand today. Our immediate openings at these new locations are in management and member associate. To learn more about the opportunities that Jack's has to offer, please visit fox47news.com/workers wanted.
Don't miss an all-new MasterChef, Wednesday on Fox.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
That's Fox 47, Lansing. Jim, schedule-wise, non-conference, Group of 5 are the only opponents this year, I believe, next year as well. And then Oklahoma and Texas come on board. Is there going to be more of a surge to getting more Power 5 conference teams in the future for schedule for home games as opposed to the group of 5? I don't know. What goes into decision making on that? We played Power 5 in the non-conference. We played Notre Dame, Washington. We played Group of 5 in the non-conference. I'm answering your question. I don't know if there'll be more of a, how did you put it? Power 5. More Power 5 games? Yeah, where you get a Texas and Oklahoma coming to Ann Arbor. I think I'm getting feedback from Michigan fans that they wish there was more of those teams coming to Ann Arbor as opposed to the Colorado States, Hawaii's, and the Yukons. So that's my comment. All right, you can share that feedback at some point with Ward Manuel, and you guys can discuss it.
If Jim Harbaugh is trying to say that he has no input into Michigan's non-conference schedule, what a crock of crap. Tom, congratulations on a great question Tuesday. Went viral, and on a better follow-up when a lot of people would have wilted. Can you elaborate on an excellent point about September, and why would anyone criticize you for daring to question Teflon head coach?
Well, I mean, I got the Lloyd Carr stare down as you did multiple times.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim Harbaugh is nothing compared to Lloyd Carr, but in that regard. But I would just ask him. I always feel like the media, Jack and Cody, is a liaison from the fans to the coaches and the players,
right?
Because you're giving access they don't have. They want to know. Yeah, exactly. And you need to find those answers out. I mean, you got high-paying donors that paying royalty fees to get tickets and all this stuff. And you're in that, next year you got UNLV and Bowling Green, coming to town, East Carolina. And, it's not fair to with these high costs of fans. That's all I was asking. I was hoping there's a trend going back to the Power 5s. There's not a Power 5 playing in Ann Arbor as it sits right now until 2026 as far as non-conference. That's unfair to Michigan fans. And they're not doing themselves any good. How do you prepare for Big Ten play? Michigan's first game in 2022, the opener at Iowa. That's the opener.
Wow. All right, Tom, let's take a look at U of M's September schedule, the non-conference games and one Big Ten game, all in Ann Arbor. Is the Wolverine program sponsored by Charmin?
ESPN, and ESPN, I guess, grabbed that bite on they were talking about on their website. And then maybe that queued them up. I mean, they just cited that Michigan has the weakest Power 5 schedule in the country. Okay. So, I mean, that's embarrassing. You're coming off a Big Ten title and a CFP. And how are you going to get exposed, if you will? How do you learn what to clean up before you go to Kinnick Stadium? And you know what it's like there.
Yeah.
In that first real game on October 1st.
Well, if they're undefeated when they go to Columbus and lose that game, might be tough for them to get into the college football playoff.
Yeah, exactly.
Cody, the U of M football team took another of its summer tours, this time around the state of Michigan. There you see a few shots of them enjoying what the state has to offer. What do trips like that do? And are they just another way that the haves and have-nots are separated in 2022?
Yeah, not every program can, finance something like that. And we've seen Michigan under Jim Harbaugh do this for a number of years now. I think it's pretty cool. They stayed in state and traveled around all the different places you can go in the state of Michigan and see in the summertime. But I think it's great. Obviously, you're going to see where a program's taking their whole team more of a Power 5 level and with those kind of financial resources. But I think it's a great opportunity for the kids that may never be able to see those places or go on a trip for that duration. And even though you might want to take some downtime, that bonding as a staff and as a team is really invaluable right before you're heading into fall camp.
Tom, I want to take a look at a few of the future trips that Jim Harbaugh should consider. Some people have said, why not go off the mainland and check out Alaska and Hawaii, and you get to Hawaii one way or the other. Southern California, you've got UCLA and USC coming in eventually. That might be a scouting trip and get a look at the Rose Bowl. Tuscaloosa and Athens are two places that we know Michigan won't be playing, but might be good. The winning locker room at Ohio State might be a place that he would want to be. What would you like to see the Wolverines do besides beat the Spartans?
Take on those challenges. Like, this goes back to the scheduling thing, which is really a bugaboo with me. You know, go down and play an SEC. Try to arrange a home and in that hostile environment. I mean, that's how you learn what you're all about.
All right. We will be back. We're going to take a look at the Big Ten, at the MAC, and at the national picture. Coming up next on Press Pass.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else: peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Hey, Mid-Michigan, Fox 47 is your home for the Detroit Lions.
Join the Yes Club and become the first to hear about the great giveaways like this. Fox 47 is giving away a family 4-pack of tickets to Ingham County Fair, August 2nd through 6th. Plus, a pair of wristbands for the kids to ride all day for free. Go to fox47news.com/Yes Club for more information.
Are you a Lions fan?
Our team at Carpet Studio has been cheering the Detroit Lions on for over 50 years. Go Lions!
At the Michigan Department of Corrections, we believe in the power of the team.
Go Lions!
At You Pull and Save, we believe it's going to be the year of the Lions. Go get 'em, boys.
The Atlanta Falcons and Detroit Lions kick off the preseason Friday, August 12th on Fox 47.
What's in the name?
Hi, diddly ho, Simpsons.
Pretty much everything. The Simpsons.
Weeknights at 10, only on 47+.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for the big picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and safely transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs.
Big Ten Media Day always kicks off the anticipation of college football.
Our student athletes, our coaches, our chancellors, our presidents, our fans have had so much to do with us being here today.
Our 3 main goals are beat the team up north, win the Big Ten championship, go to SoFi Stadium and play the national championship and win that.
Opening the season in Big Ten play on the road, Purdue, blackout.
They're going to be hungry out to prove themselves, and we've got to play at a high level.
It's all about the vision of winning the Big Ten West. To get there, it's a long process, it's a long journey.
The best part about playing in the Big Ten is either you're playing against the best competition.
Balance of academics, balance of athletics.
Hard-nosed football that's ground and pound.
I love how competitive it is, how much talent is in here.
The athletes that we have in the Big Ten, I don't think no other conference can match that.
A lot of voices and a lot of information there for people covering the Big Ten. Can't imagine why anyone covering that league wouldn't want to be there. Tom, C.J. Stroud's voice was loud and proud, but what was your overall impression of the Big Ten's second kickoff in Indy after more than 30 years in Chicago? And who impressed you other than the U of M and MSU players?
Well, I know you like the throwback days where the Conrad Hilton in Chicago and some of these other places that we've had, the Marriott and places.
Yeah.
But I love this all-inclusive place at Lucas Oil because I mean it's all on one floor, and it kind of gets you in the mood. I mean, I'm sitting on the field that I sat as a fan at the Big Ten championship when Michigan beat Iowa, just replaying that game in my mind. I love, and just that video, the Big Ten is really ramping things up and BTN on how they cover this thing. It's really well done, but I'm a football nerd, Jack, and I just love hearing coaches that I respect more than I could Kirk Ferentz. Some people think, oh, that old guy. I hang on every word. He's such a class act. I like Greg Schiano. There's an underrated guy. I mean, some people have strong thoughts about Greg Schiano. That guy's a great football mind. He's realistic about expectations in Piscataway. He's impressive. Of course, Mel Tucker is impressive. I've talked about that. But Ryan Day is impressive too. He is such a smooth dude, and the Ohio State University is a friggin' machine. That whole program.
Tom, I want to take a look at last year's Big Ten standings. No one would have believed that the Wolverines and Spartans would go from 4-9 combined in 21 to 23-4 last year. Looking ahead, who finishes 1, 2, 3 in each of the league's divisions?
Well, I'm going to go Ohio State, Michigan, and Michigan State this year. And the only reason I have Michigan over Michigan State is I think that Michigan's going to find a way to beat Michigan State on the 29th. And you queued me up on this one about Minnesota. I know you've been really bullish on PJ Fleck's team. And I think they're going to manage to win this thing this year. I think it's their time. And so I got Minnesota #1, Iowa 2, and Wisconsin 3.
Cody, what does it mean that your dad and I agree on so much? We must have been in the car for a long time together.
Yeah, that's a little strange. It must be the summer, and you guys are running out of topics to discuss.
All right, Cody, let's take a look at the Mid-American Conference last season. And who are the teams to beat and the top contenders this year?
Well, you can tell you this, and this is not just coach speak, but you see everyone over in the West, every one of those teams really has a shot to win. That's the thing about anyone who follows MAC football. As you can see, there's not a lot of disparity between there. All those teams. Northern Illinois is obviously the reigning champion. Toledo, we open up conference play with. Western's our big rival, as well as Eastern, and Ball State just won the conference a couple years ago.
Right.
On the East, Miami's been the consistent one, and Kent State's doing a great job there. And then you got some teams, those last four that I think are going to be hungry, and some newer coaches. So as always, the MAC's going to be fun to watch, especially when we roll around to November in those midweek MACtion games.
Says a lot about that division when the last place teams have a 500 record. Gentlemen, I want you to take a look at my AP preseason top 25 ballot. Something that I submitted today, the final time in 5 decades of covering the sport. It's my last year of doing it. Cody, I can take it. Where did I screw up?
As I'm looking at it, I'm not as familiar just watching film on all these teams, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with a couple. I know a lot of people just based off last year are questioning Clemson if they can stay at the top. USC, obviously everyone's intrigued with that one. I think Notre Dame with Marcus Freeman, obviously they got a lot of good stuff that they're not used to, just with the attention they're bringing to their program. And then obviously Texas A&M has all the pressure in the world. So it'll just in that top 10. I like Wake Forest. I think Dave Clawson, he obviously is probably as good as coach out there, just does a great job of maximizing that program.
And I have Oklahoma State 14th. That might be a little high when they suffer a loss to a MAC school.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll be right back talking Lions and Tigers next.
At Jets Pizza, we do it better with the crispiest crust, tastiest toppings, and the hottest deals. Order now and save on your favorite pizza. Jets, better because it has to be.
You know, it says out of workshop for a reason.
I'm so sorry to bother you, boss, but have you ever heard of the World Cup? Well, they moved it to the holidays.
Wait, like the actual World Cup? To my holiday season? Are you kidding me?
It's a big deal. There's Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah, but that's my time to shine, right? I mean, that guy's got like 300 million followers. I mean, how am I supposed to compete with that?
I think it's like 400 million.
400 million? Okay, great. You know what? Get Blitzen on the phone. I got to get on the next flight up there. We got work to do. I gotta go.
The series premiere of Monarch, Sunday, September 11th on Fox.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as the side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
Welcome back to Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for our one and only segment, brought to you by One North Kitchen and Bar on West Saginaw. Voted Lansing's best new restaurant and best sports bar, One North is the one place I take guests for amazing scratch cooking, craft cocktails, and more than 40 TVs to watch every game on every channel. That's One North Kitchen and Bar, where friends and family gather to make good times great.
I told the team last night our identity and who we are and our foundation is all about grit. That means taking it one day at a time, going a little longer, and pushing a little harder, thinking a little deeper. Once you've gone through a great suffering, if you will, as it pertains to sports and Lions football, then, man, that's when there's a great triumph. And to be a part of that, that's something special.
Feeling real different around here. I can feel it on both sides of the ball.
Hey, we can only challenge each other. Everybody here, we challenge each other. Offense and defense, this is the best competition we're going to get. Iron sharper iron. It's going to be easy in the game because we going against each other. I see too many dogs out here. Offense, we got too many dogs. Defense, we got too many dogs. We going to keep going. We going to fight and let people know, don't put up. Yes, we the Lions. Whatever they think they know about, they don't know. Every time we go in the game, we're going to lock them in gates and let them know you stuck with us. Because we about to bury your ass. Lions on 3. 1, 2, 3, Lions.
There you see second-year Lions head coach Dan Kneecaps Campbell, and he's going to be a star when Hard Knocks gets done with them on HBO. And some of his players, Tom, is there a real reason for optimism in Allen Park and downtown Detroit, or are we all being duped again?
Well, there's always a reason because you're Lions fans. Your Lions fans are just they're just so loyal, and they're going to be optimistic early on. But I think this has some legitimacy, Jack, to it. And they had a great draft, and obviously I'm really bullish on the Aiden Hutchinson pick, and he'll be part of that Hard Knocks thing. And I just think with Dan Campbell, I still go back to last year in the kneecap comment you made, referenced. This is the guy who can put some fire. I mean, videos always get you fired up, right?
Yeah.
But I think there was some real truism to that this is a little bit different. I know Vegas has the Lions virtually underdogs in every game, but yet some people have them winning 6 games. I think they could go. I think they could make the playoffs. Their division doesn't impress me, so I think the Lions have a shot to make the playoffs. Maybe that's going over the top, but I believe that.
Cody, let's take a look at the dates of the Lions' open practices for fans. What can fans learn from those kinds of opportunities, and what should they watch when they get there?
Well, I think from a fan's perspective, it's really watching who are the guys standing out and making plays. It can be a little hard sometimes because you really don't know what the period is in practice. It could, fans could come back, well, they're not throwing the ball, they're not running the ball, but it could be that specific period. So as far as schematics, you might not have an idea going on. But who are the guys making plays? Are they, defense is always a little bit further along in training camp, fall camp than offense, but looking at, completion percentages, how the quarterback's throwing the ball, and just as the guys sticking out.
Cody, the Lions and every other team in the league will play 3 preseason games again. Does that make it even tougher for rookies and free agents to stick?
I don't know if I can't really speak too much to that, just comparing it from the 4 that used to be.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it makes it really much tougher. I mean, training camp in the NFL is so long. I mean, if, college, we have about 4 weeks. And after that, you're like, man, all right, let's get to game week already. But in the NFL, it's long. So it's not like there's any shortage of opportunities. These guys are showcasing in the meeting room every day in front of their coaches on the practice field. So I don't think one less game does, harm anyone that much.
Tom, William White had a great career as a safety at Ohio State in the mid-1980s. And here you see him with Buckeye brother Chris Spielman. They're about as close as 2 players can be at Ford Field. The last time there as a Lions alum, their embrace, that was so emotional. What does it say to all of us when someone that tough can die of ALS at age 56?
Yeah, I remember William White. John Colazar beat him on that post route, in that 85 season. And William White and Spielman, that bond goes back to Ohio State days and then with the Lions. He was a great Lion. It just shows you that life is so fragile. A big strapping athlete like that dies in his 50s. It gets you to pause and embrace every day. And Chris Spielman's an emotional guy.
Yeah.
And hard to goal with former teammates, especially former Buckeye teammates. And so that bond does not surprise me at all.
Cody, let's take a quick look at the Tigers' 3-4 week. They almost scored 3 runs in every game. It's been the first time that happened this season, but not quite after today. When we look at Miguel Cabrera's amazing career and see the power outage this year, is it a reminder that even for the greatest of the great, Father Time is undefeated?
Yeah, that's what we're always trying to figure out. You see guys like him, Tom Brady, but I think it's just it's very incredible to watch because, being in the coaching world and just even guys at the levels, what they have to put into it.
Right.
It's a lot of work that goes into it to stay at that level.
We'll be right back with our weekly awards and some special salutes up next.
Michigan summers, famous for 3 months of nonstop fun and travel. There's so much we can do over the next few months, from checking out lighthouses to kayaking our rivers. Fox 47's looking for ways to celebrate summer. Post your pictures by scanning the QR code on your screen and visit fox47news.com/MISummer to check out all the galleries. Brought to you by Holt and Diamonddale Insurance Agency. Call your hometown team today. Stay tuned to Fox 47 for more ways to make the most of your summer. Join the Yes Club and become the first to hear about the great giveaways like this. Fox 47 is giving away a family 4-pack of tickets to Ingham County Fair, August 2nd through 6th. Plus, a pair of wristbands for the kids to ride all day for free. Go to fox47news.com/Yes Club for more information.
MLB returns to the Field of Dreams when the Cubs take on the Reds, August 11th on Fox.
Watch Good Neighbors with Bob Hoffman, Friday only on Fox 47 News at 10.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
When you take a look inside Dart Bank, you'll find a banking experience like no other. You'll find that each of our banking offices are made of local people making local decisions. Even through these challenging times, our teams and lobbies stayed open, ready to help you through all your banking and mortgage needs when you needed us most. So if you're looking to upgrade where you bank, we invite you to come see our Dart difference. After all, we've been doing this for over 94 years. Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Welcome back to Press Pass on Fox 47. It's time for our Cool and Smooth segment, brought to you by 5 great Culver's locations in mid-Michigan: Okemos North and South, North Lansing, West Lansing, and DeWitt. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious Butterburgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru and grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's. Welcome to Delicious.
That is Roland Carter now, and he is looking at 18 feet and 1/2 inches. That's 5 meters 50. This gentleman has not made it into the 18-foot club, and he'd like to. And if he makes this vault, he'll be in the top 5 of all time indoors. And he has to kind of make it because the man he's up against is a very strong vaulter from Poland, Vladimir Kozakaiewicz. There he goes now. Roland Carter, he's been looking good all night. He started at 17, past 17.8. Up and over, 18 feet. He touched it, but it stayed up. So Roland Carter is going to give the pole a very strong competition tonight. 18 feet, 1/2 inches. He's over the 18-foot mark. He's in the 18-foot club. 29 years of age and a happy guy.
Just the 5th vaulter to clear 18 feet indoors. Pride of Carson City, Roland Carter. What an incredible vault. Cody, you ran track and I coached it, and there's no way I'm hanging upside down 20 feet off the ground.
No, they tried to get me to pole vault when I was in high school, but that looked like way too much practice and way too much danger involved there.
Carter was one of 10 inductees Thursday night at Lansing Center for the Greater Lansing Area Sports Hall of Fame. And there you see that list, a distinguished group, 7 individuals, 3 teams, all worthy recipients. Most of them should have been in the hall long ago. All right, a team 461. Who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Cody Crawford, what do you have for our play of the week?
Play of the week's going to go out to Tom Izzo and Michigan State basketball on landing Xavier Booker. Huge get for them, as we were talking about earlier, out of Indianapolis, Indiana, place I'm a little familiar with. And Cathedral, great program there, great football program. The Irish down there, obviously, Indiana has a long, storied tradition with putting out basketball talent. So just another great get for Michigan State and Tom Izzo there.
Tom, Michigan State and Michigan, they're hated by the other schools in Indiana because they have come in there and taken a lot of talent out of there.
No kid. Yeah. Zach Novak, Gary Harris out of there, Fishers. Yeah, the list goes on and on. Mitch McGarry.
Zach Randolph, Chris Hill, Jaron Jackson. I mean, there's a boatload of them who've come through there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Tom, what do you have for us talking about our team of the week?
Well, I'm going to go Major League Baseball, and the Toronto Blue Jays. At the All-Star break, I think they really had a 1-9 skid. They whacked their manager. It was 4 over 500. They hired this guy John Schneider. He's 11-3, and they're right in the hunt. This is what about being proactive, making changes. Right. Al Avila, get the message, and maybe Al Avila should be replaced. I don't know. Maybe that's another story. But the Blue Jays are in the hunt, and they smoked the Tigers. I watched them today. It's like the environment they play in is not all that great down there. They don't have a ton of tradition, but they're winning, and they're way better than the Detroit Tigers are.
They got a loyal fan base, though, and they always seem to show up at Comerica.
Yeah, that's true.
Toronto plays Detroit. So,
yeah,
I'm a little surprised for the team of the week that you didn't talk about our group and all the food we tried to eat at Buca de Beppo.
Oh, man, that was I had a food hangover from that. I mean, I wasn't feeling right the next day after that lasagna. That was crazy, but I loved it. Great time down with Eric Drummond and you and Doug. It was so much fun.
Cody, maybe an offensive lineman could have handled that piece of lasagna that Tom had, but he couldn't have done it in 2 sittings.
No.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. That portion looked pretty heavy. We have one of our linemen, former Chip this past year, who's down in Indianapolis, so you should have called him up. He would have helped to finish it. But
what the hell?
There's a lot of food that looked like.
All right, it is time for our players of the week, plural. And I want to start with Yankees slugger Aaron Judge. He's not quite up to the Tigers' team total in home runs, but pretty close. And you talk about 42 by the end of the month. Pretty impressive. How about Amanda Nunez, the Lioness, regaining her world championship last night? That was tremendous. Rocket Mortgage Classic champ Tony Finau, back-to-back titles. And basketball legend Bill Russell. Incredible. The 11 pro championships, plus 1 as a coach, plus 2 collegiate championships at the University of San Francisco. One of the best of the best. I want to thank Team Crawford, Cody, and Tom. We'll be back next week.